We are back with part 4 of Zoho CRM Complete Guide in our Zoho 1 series. My name is Vahid and I'm the Managing Director of Consultant Manage. We help businesses with ERPs and CRM systems. So, this part 4 is around MCPs, AI agents inside your CRM system. So, MCP is a model context protocol, which is like a protocol that help businesses integrate to external systems and help businesses uh, integrate back to their systems as well. And the most important part with the MCP is that it helps you curate your structures. It helps you get access to a data within your preferred AI agents and helps you make decisions much quicker. Now, Zoho MCP unlocks like a lot of stuff for your business. Not like it allows you with natural language action, which you can give a proper prompt or a command. And let's say in Claude with the Claude connectors, you can connect Zoho MCP, which I will show you shortly. And then you can give command, and it will produce you the images or data you want to see. Then it also helps you connect cross-app workflows. Means if something triggers in Zoho CRM, you can trigger something in Salesforce and other systems. Okay. And then we have the build on your permission. Every action respects your existing roles in security. Means like MCP, Zoho MCP doesn't breaks anything. It basically stays as it is. Like in terms of security and protocol, I will show you that as well going forward once we dive into the demo process. So it doesn't break anything. It doesn't break any security protocol. It just like go and build on your permission. Means it do things that are allowed for the particular user or MCP server to do. So I will show you how that works when it comes to Claude or other systems. Okay. Then you can do customization without a dev team. That sounds very fascinating and great, but it is not true. You need to have a developer and consultant onboarded when you are handling an organization where decisions are important, because the most important thing with MCP and with the connector is that you have to be very careful what you are doing, because you can modify modules and layouts. So someone who have base understanding of how CRM works, how the CRM is structured, and how modules, layouts, and everything is structured, only then you can get a full context of it. Then we have custom functions, which is through Deluge. So you can create custom functions to have the automations built out. Then you have multi-currency and territories, where you can define multi-currency and territories and make decisions based on that. You can create reports on top of it. And there is like you can convert, you can add multi-currency to the context on the CRM. So it helps you with that, and without any particular what we say, it saves you a lot of time. Obviously, if I tell you that you won't need a developer, that is true if you're a small organization. But if there is minimal complexity in your workflows and stuff, you will need a Zoho developer to get things aligned, because still there is a long way for AI to go, and this is very early ages of it. So the other part is that how this basically adds value to the industry, like which industry does it apply to, and how actually you can sell to different industries. So MCP protocols are basically relevant to all industries. It doesn't matter whichever industry you are in. There is some part that you can automate. There is some part that AI can do for you. There is some part that is very important. Like we work with insurance, B2B, field services, mobile CRMs, multi-tenancy, currency, enterprise-grade security. Okay, so we work with different industries and they have different works to do. Like but pretty much all these industries and all these systems do have kind of MCP connectors that can help them curate their job or get things done quicker and faster. Now, if we talk about numbers, there is like the people who use CRM have like 300% increase in their revenue, 41% increase in the revenue per sales rep, and 26% improvement in lead conversion rate. All that because Zoho CRM offers you one structure. Now, if we talk about alternate or pricing structure, yeah, Zoho CRM is part of Zoho One, right? Which is $37 if you go for annual, and it changes if you go for monthly. Now, this is all employee pricing. The independent pricing varies, and obviously there is a separate discussion we had. If you watch our first video on this in the series, which is detailed video on Zoho One, pricing and stuff. If you watch that, you will have an understanding. Now, Salesforce Sales Cloud, CRM only. If you go for Salesforce, obviously Salesforce lock you in for contracts, which is not very efficient for your business. And I have seen people crying, literally crying, because they have to pay the price and they can't move out because they had a contract that is still 6 months to go. Then we have HubSpot, great tool, offers a lot of free features from the start, like a clickbait, but when you get into it, it becomes very expensive. I'm not saying these systems are not good, they are very good. They are very competitive to Zoho, but they come at a very high. And I think the same thing can be done in Zoho in a much adjusted and good price. Then we have Zoho AI, which is already inclusive to the price. Then we have Zoho MCP and AI agents, that's also inclusive to the price and handles very well. Okay, inside Zoho One, Zoho CRM is the hub. This is true in context that is a single source of truth. But Zoho CRM doesn't work alone. It's not the only app Zoho One offers, and it's not the only good app the Zoho One offers. But it is one of the apps that without which Zoho One is not complete. The ecosystem is not complete. And that's the reason we have a very strong marketplace solution available inside the CRM that allows you to connect CRM to existing systems, connect it to Zoho existing ecosystem, and do a lot of great things with like using CRM. So, concluding our Zoho CRM Complete guide from pipeline to AI agents, we covered pretty much everything aside from the settings and stuff like that, which obviously Zoho CRM is a very vast topic. You can't cover everything in just like 4 sessions, and because this is an end user series, so it's morely defined. It's defined for more for the end user. So obviously, it's not developer specific or the spec specific. It's more like the features and capabilities and new advancements in the CRM system and how CRM plays a very part in the Zoho One ecosystem. So if you have any certain topic that you want us to discuss or share or create a video or content on, so feel free to comment and we will be happy to help or create something for you. So let's deep dive in the demo before concluding this part 4. So let's get to our CRM system. Okay, we are back in one and only Zoho CRM, which is one of the major apps in Zoho One. So now we will be discussing about the MCP and briefly we will discuss about connectors and APIs. Now, this is very important thing for an end developer to understand and end user to understand when they are like evaluating the capabilities of the system, what this system can do and help them in future, and how it can transform or change the way they do things, and how it can help them like do a lot of stuff that is required for so first thing first, MCP for AI agents. Now MCP for AI agents, MCP itself, Zoho MCP, you will be able to find a standalone solution, which is great, right? But what Zoho has done, and considering the legacy of Zoho, Zoho has brought MCP inside their ecosystem. So you can directly access MCP for AI agents directly inside Zoho. So you have data inside, data operations, module customization, workflows, and process automation. So pretty much everything. Okay. So you have MCP models for pretty much everything. Okay. Now, data insight helps you make reports quickly. Data operations help you view, manage, and updates your CRM. And module customization is something that is a game changer. I will come to that shortly. The workflow and process automation helps you curate workflows, trigger workflows, get workflow history, failure records, why workflow was not triggered, what workflows are there in the system, everything related to that. And then the module customization. Now, what we discussed in part 1 of the series, module customization with MCP basically controls that what fields you can create, what fields you already have, what new fields you can create, what data model you should be using. So it helps you all start using module customization process. And connecting MCP to Claude is very, very straightforward. I will quickly share you how to do that, and then you can play around as well. And if you need a developer or a professional help in curating your MCP servers that can help you do a job better or help or empower you salespeople, feel free to reach out. And before I go to the MCP, I just want to quickly go here before I give you the demo of how to connect Claude. API and SDKs. APIs and SDKs, every platform has like APIs, but the way Zoho APIs are structured out and documented is a very very well structured, very easy to understand, and very pretty. Like they are pretty straightforward. There is no complexity in the API structure of Zoho. So with the Zoho APIs, we have leads, contacts, accounts, deals, and tasks. And the leads, contacts, account, deals, and tasks are basically the modules basically we had. And with them, we have in each module we have different fields, and all fields have API names. So when we write functions, these are the API names we need as a reference to update values in. And similarly, when we use external, we want to send data to external systems and receive data from external systems. These are the API names that the external systems have to like incorporate in their API structure for us to receive that information. Then we have connections. Now, this connections is a very uh, Zoho thing, I would say, because this what this connection does is you don't need, because if you are familiar, if you are a developer or you are familiar with some kind of development side of things, you know there is an authentication for APIs, and there is like redundancy you have to do. You have to multiple times. You have to, whenever you send a request, you have to generate a new security token. That's what this connection removes. So you create a connection. There are pre-built solutions already available. You can connect it, and then you define the scope. It gives you connection details. You can use those connection details to just send an API request. So you don't have to create the authentication token again and again. You can simply send a request to a system. That's it. That's the beauty of connection. Okay. So, and similar, you can fetch information from external system into the same connection. So you don't have to get into the complexity of, you know, the token generation and things like that. We will cover the function widgets and these things later in our series. Like we might have to do a separate series of just with Zoho CRM because it's so big and so many features available. So let's come to the MCP. The connecting MCP to Zoho is pretty easy. All you have to do is go to your particular model. Let's say I'm MCP for AI agents. I will go to module customization. I will say Claude. I will copy this, okay, and then you will go to your Claude into the customization section, and you will click new connector, add custom connector, put the remote MCP server URL, and then you will say MCP Zoho layout. Okay, and now you will add. Oh, okay, there is a URL. Okay, this is already. Once you add, you have to connect and verify it, which I have already connected and verified server. Then, based on your MCP server permissions, this is something you get, basically read-only access and write and delete access. With this, you can also, if you want an extra layer of security without taking any permissions, you can have these features enabled. So whenever Claude will try to do something, you have to have like an approval. This shows approval. This shows that Claude doesn't need to ask you for approval. You can go in and make the decision. You can simply block it out. Okay. So that's something that would really be game changing for you guys. And if you believe that you can do it, great. And we will be developing a Zoho MCP series explaining how Zoho MCP plays a very crucial role in Zoho ecosystem and specifically in Zoho CRM. But we'll also be covering the mcp.zoho.com as well. That is a detailed topic of like how MCP empowers the Zoho ecosystem. So stay connected. We will be more than happy to assist you on building out these tools, like specifically Zoho MCP and stuff. And in Zoho CRM Complete Guide series, this was part 4, which covered Zoho MCP and how MCP helps you connect your system to Zoho systems and how MCP can help you get things done much quicker and better. Okay. Now, with this, we will be concluding our part 4 and the Zoho CRM Complete Guides part in Zoho 1 series. And if you have any topic that you want to be covered for Zoho CRM, feel free to comment and we will be covering that topic. So that was it for today, and thank you all for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe our channel so that we are confident that we are adding value to your understanding of Zoho ecosystem.